One of the editors, one of the guys who put together hokiesandwhos.com. It's a great, great website. He is Roger Gonzalez, who has appeared on this program before. He is now, well, we'll have to put him on the payroll. He went to the scrimmage Friday night. We're going to talk a little Tech football. Roger, what is up? Happy Monday.
How's it going, Mac?
Good. How was your Friday night? Had to be perfect weather-wise, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, this thing about what would you redo over the weekend, I think it was, I probably would have gone with a little more heavier clothing. I got a little chilly out there.
You would have dressed better on Friday,
yes, sir. I should have.
Well, better the spring game, or at least a scrimmage on Friday than having it on Saturday down there. Did you guys get killed with that rain down there?
Oh, it was bad. It looked like some type of hurricane out here, but, thankfully it went by quick and it cleared up.
Yeah, I started to go through my neighborhood. I was counting dogs by two. Looking over. Anyway, Roger Gonzalez from hokiesandwhos.com. Let's just start taking it down. We'll start with the quarterback, Logan Thomas. He had another good scrimmage, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked great. I think it was his final stats: 9 of 16 for 214 yards, had 2 touchdowns. He was looking really poised in the pocket. There's a couple times where he got pressured and he had to move to the side and get rid of the ball. But also other times he had to step up in the pocket and make some throws downfield. He looked really solid.
What's the status of the backup? I know Mark Leal's numbers were pretty good as well, and Juju Clayton went 6 for 15. I know he threw a couple of picks. Do we know who would be the number 2 guy?
Well, entering the spring, everyone was pretty sure it would be Juju Clayton. But as you said, from his performance, he did not look good at all on Friday. Some overthrows. He threw a couple interceptions. And Leal, a kid from Florida who's come in, not many people expected too much from him, but he looks pretty solid. He's a guy who's got some mobility, and 5 of 9, hit Marcus Davis for a long touchdown, I believe, and it looks like that he could be pushing for that backup job, but I think there's still a lot of time left to decide that.
Yeah, 42080 is Roger Gonzalez from hokiesandwhos.com and the Everyday Hotline. Of course, the wideouts, Danny Cole had another good one. Boy, Danny's going to be, I think he's going to be an all-ACC guy. Marcus Davis, they apparently had a great scrimmage on Friday.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Danny Cole. Everyone expects him to be open, just like in the Florida State ACC title game. Again, he just got open and open, had 7 catches, nearly 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Even DJ Cole, the guy that played at Goochland, he's really stepping up, trying to solidify that, maybe 4th receiver. All depends how Dyrell Roberts, returns. But another thing with Marcus Davis, this is a kid I think personally is the most talented receiver on the team. He's got so much potential, and he looks to really be connecting well with all the quarterbacks, and he may be the go-to guy for Logan Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that the scrimmage on Friday night was broken up into a couple of parts. They were doing some red zone work. I know David Wilson scored a couple of times. This will be David's last scrimmage now on Friday because, right, is he not running for the track team next weekend and will not be in the spring game?
Right. And that's the thing, on Twitter, he was telling everyone to come out to the scrimmage, on Friday night to see him because, he won't be participating in the spring game, with his responsibilities with track. So, he really showed his stuff. He had a run of 20, a run of 23, a run of 25. He just looked really solid throughout the scrimmage. But other than that, in the running game, everyone else kind of struggled. Bud Foster's defense was pretty solid in the run game, and not too many other players got much out of the, carrying the ball.
Yeah, and they have Roger Gonzalez, Everyday Hotlines with us from hokiesandwhos.com. The part of that, too, because they've got a lot of guys banged up. They're getting a look at a lot of young people, aren't they?
Right, yeah, and you have Josh Oglesby who moved to fullback last year. He's going to be the backup running back, and he was 13 for 32, didn't get too much there. And behind him, it's kind of up for grabs. Hopper moved over from defense, and you have Tony Gregory, who's a guy that was at Fuma, who he got injured in the Carolina game last year, so he's been out. So they're still trying to find that third running back on the team. Tell
me about Talvian Clark. What kind of defender is he going to be, and how good is he going to be?
I like this kid. He's a really nice kid. He's humongous. He's such a big player, and he's got so much potential. And, I think a lot of people have been waiting for a while for him to step up. He's still young. But with 8 tackles, he had a quarterback hurry, a tackle for loss. As a linebacker, you have to be a good tackler, and that's exactly what he showed, on Friday night. So, I think he might be moving into the rotation and, could be a big piece this season.
One of the I just checked his earlier stats, and it could have been from last year. It just said 6'1", 214. I'm guessing now that he is bulked up, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure the official numbers on that, but, just seeing him makes you feel like an ant sometimes. He's a really big guy, and, he's got a bright future.
And it looks like Journal now will be he'll be the kicker.
Yeah, it looks like Cody will be the kicker. He made 4 or 5. The weather. I mean, the weather wasn't too bad. Wasn't too windy either. But he made the most of his opportunities. Not really anyone else there pressuring on me. He missed a 46-yard. You can't blame him for that. But the easy ones he made, which is good.
We're talking with Roger Gonzalez from HokiesandWho's.com and the Everyday Hotline. Roger, now with the week that they have to get ready for the spring game, which I know there'll be about 30 or 40,000 on Saturday, I think the weather's going to be good. What will they do? What do you think they will try to? I imagine it's going to be a lot of Logan Thomas, and they want to see him under a real game fan conditions.
Definitely. Yeah, Logan's going to be the focus, you would think, but also, as we spoke earlier, the backup quarterback job's going to be something to watch, and obviously the running back, with David Wilson not there, just to see how everyone else steps up is going to be very, very interesting. So those are the main points, and also just the defensive line. You look at James Gale; he has another solid performance. Another guy to keep an eye on is Anton Exton at safety. Just a sophomore, he's got a chance to be really special this season. So it's a good opportunity for a lot of kids to step up and see them kind of get into the rotation.
I know one of the things too, and this is great because football teams always do something in connection with, to raise money or whatever. And I know your baseball team's doing it over the weekend too, but they are trying to raise $1 from everybody going to the spring game for the Pulaski County, tornadoes that hit and that did all the damage down there. Yeah,
that was bad. I've got some friends here who have a lot of friends that live in Pulaski, and even some people who had their houses damaged. I think I saw at one point it was 400, buildings or homes had a little bit of damage. So it's kind of a crazy thing. And, as always, Virginia Tech's always been, trying to help out other places, with certain problems. So, it's nice that they're doing that, and hopefully a lot of people will come out to help those that were affected.
Roger Gonzalez, our guest from HokiesandWho's.com and the Everyday Hotline. What now will they, the coaching staff, in looking at, this week and what they will try to accomplish? What did they say coming off Friday night and then to work on and getting ready for Saturday? Roger, did you have a chance to talk to the coaches on Friday night? Did they?
Yeah. A lot of what I heard was just repetition, getting all the guys kind of into the rhythm. And one thing that they wanted to look at was the offensive line. You have a guy like Viston Painter who came in as a 4-star, who's kind of underachieved in his time, in Blacksburg. He really stepped up, and the offensive line, obviously, one of the key positions where you need some depth. So that's one thing that I think they're looking to see improve throughout, the spring. And just Logan Thomas getting comfortable, If Logan Thomas performs, the offense is going to perform. So that's the main key.
Yeah, I think, and he just, to me, is a poised kid. He's got the skills. He seems to read his receivers. I'm watching, in fact, the video highlight of the touchdown pass to Danny Cole. I mean, he just, as long as he gets a little protection, he doesn't seem that he rattles. The other touchdown, he stepped up in the pocket. He's really making some good throws.
He definitely is. And another thing, like I told you before, this guy is as athletic as it gets. He's got Josh Freeman's size. He can run. He had 3 carries for 15 yards, which doesn't say a lot. But, he had a couple decent ones which showed, him kind of showing some poise and some patience and, getting outside. But other than that, he looked really solid. And I'll just tell you, from speaking to people around here, I think this is one of the most anticipated seasons in a long time, not just because there's so many new faces, but just because the belief people have in the team around here for the season.
I've been saying that on this show. I've been saying their schedule sets up.
It does.
They're going to be in contention. I think they're going to be right there. I really do. Well, Roger, thank you for your time today. And I take it you're going to the game then on Saturday?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right. Well, we'll catch up with you next week and get an update. But I think the waters are good in Hokie heaven. I think the waters are calm.
I would agree. I think it's going to be an interesting season, so we'll see how it unfolds.
Yeah, I think so. All right, Roger, thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Sounds good. Take care, man.
All right, thank you, Roger. Roger Gonzalez from HokiesandWho's.com. It's the